This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues.
But maybe that not y'all know, but the one besides Keisha that I always talk about, and every time I see him, I tell him thank you. Because it wasn't like we wasn't enemies, but we didn't hang out together. Was 50 Cent, Mr. Curtis Jackson.
Y'all want to know my nerve that grinds my gears. Grinds them so bad. Is that when y'all think I give it? Listen to me. I do not give a.
Everyone, this drama is getting out of control. Let's pretend that 50 Cent is the ultimate provocateur. Remy Ma and Claressa Shields are mocking each other, and Papoose is getting caught up in the chaos. As usual, his remarks are rambling, but what's really, since this story is so peculiar, let's descend here and examine it in greater detail. The successful boxer who engaged in all of this, Claressa Shields, was warned by 50 in an odd Instagram post to stay away from fighting Remy and to keep things online. He made a note of something. Y'all know that 50 doesn't mince words, so when he hinted that Remy would get the block, he wasn't kidding. He talked about Remy's notoriety in 2007 when she was imprisoned for shooting the pistol. But things start to get insane at this point. Remy Ma replied after being offended, and the incident, it just got out of hand. So let's go on to the genuine tea that has everyone talking. Everyone thought the alleged text exchanges between Papoose and his alleged new girlfriend, world boxing champion Claressa Shields, were nasty when Remy Ma shared them on Instagram.
Y'all, what's going on with Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields? Like, I woke up this morning and I saw that Remy Ma and Claressa Shields are going back and forth on Instagram. And then, I guess Remy Ma caught Papoose and Clarissa on the phone falling asleep together, stuff like that.
Since you are the one who is married, it should be simple for you to let me know that you arrived home safely, even though you are unable to have sex with me in person or over the phone. But at this point, it gets more juicy. The entire section seems to be filled with Clarissa's frustration. Remy shared her comments in the comment section of the picture's caption. Claressa Shields was lying in my house while Papoose Dumb was asleep. As soon as she heard me, she hung up the phone, and this bee, who is allegedly a fighter and world champion, won't let go. Little daughter, you're not alone now that I've told you everything. Remy did indeed appear. She wasn't satisfied with that, accusing Claressa of disseminating untrue material to damage her name, as Papoose looked courageous on her Instagram stories. According to Remy, a publicity team had been promoting false information about me every day for too long in an attempt to disparage me and portray him as God's gift. She was not Claressa Shields. Papoose felt that the wisest course of action was to remain silent, even though I begged him to halt the story. Now that the knockout punch has arrived, I'm exhausted. You are so tough that the world will see it too. But don't worry, I saw it all. Oh, and he claimed he would never fuck you because you're unattractive. A woman with 2 boyfriends is upset with a man who has a girlfriend, Claressa retorted. Of course, if I'm not the only one, why are you tagging me? With that, Remy said, she's not out here juggling boyfriends. Hey, Miss Shields, MFS won't simply vanish just because I'm a good woman with only one guy. It's just like I was a woman with only one marriage. Her next comment to Claressa was, oh, and he's never going to buy you anything because he thinks he's the prize. He's a taker, not a giver, and I'm the one with the bag, LOL. Remy responded, I'm not even mad. Actually, I'm pleased, and that's why your boyfriend is mad. She responded, playing with me because I'm not the enemy you want. Oh, and you said you felt stupid, but now you look stupid too. Papo decided to step in and resolve the issue while Remy and Claressa were occupied with jokes. He stated that he believed Remy had been asking for a divorce frequently, and that he was disappointed that he had finally moved on. Pap was straightforward in his critique of the back and forth, but what really caught people's attention was his assertion that Remy was lying. The situation gets even more terrible when it is implied that she is distraught because he is going. Remy went on to say that she had audio proof that Papoose had accused her of physical assault and threatened to contact the police. When we believed that things couldn't get much worse, Papoose stepped in and made a huge difference. When Pap attacked her on social media, he claimed that Remy had cheated on her and that he had been trying to get a divorce for months.
Remy dealing with a battle rapper named Easy the Block Captain, and at one of the events, because she has this battle rap league, Chrome 23, and she hosts these rap battles, and at one of the rap battles, allegedly she was hugged up with battle rapper Easy.
But he went farther and publicly accused Remy of spending Christmas 2023 cuddling with the block captain. Battle rapper Easy. When Pap called her out as a narcissist and said he was done keeping quiet, he didn't hold back. The caption said, "While I was at home with my daughter last Christmas. This is where Rima was, now that I finally moved on." She's angry and making up lies. But Pap went on to say that Remy pleaded with him to make up a tale about knocking Easy out. It seems that Remy intended to conceal the fact that Pap had rendered Easy unconscious. In the emails I continued to receive, she also begged me repeatedly to lie about the knockout, but it was in vain because he didn't reply. This whole situation can seem like the ultimate betrayal, considering how much Jan loves Papoose. Recall that during some of Remy's most difficult years, this man kept her under control. Pap, who also cared for her son and visited her frequently, taught everyone what it meant to ride or die. He gave her vital assistance while she was incarcerated.
We know Papoose as Black love couples. We've been knowing that for years. Pap held Remy down while she served 6 years in prison. She had nothing to worry about. We held everything down from her son to the home and everything. When she came home, everything was cool. After that, things got a little rocky.
Point. Especially after Remy left, they were seen as a formidable couple and the epitome of Black love. People seemed to pick up where they left off, expressing gratitude to Papoose for helping Remy get her life back on track and for being faithful for 6 long years.
It ever there was like a light bulb moment. I mean, it went off over my head like, oh my god, he's the one. But I did notice that he was different from eyes.
When Pap disclosed that the woman he had been seeing for years had allegedly spent Christmas cuddling with the block captain. It must have been heartbreaking. Pap is said to have moved on with a younger woman, which makes Remy even more furious. He claims to have made Papoose's situation worse, as though all he had built with Remy had collapsed. It's reasonable to say that no one expected their romance to collapse after they went from being the perfect couple for stability and loyalty to sharing so much turbulent conflict online.
So, I got one of them here tonight. Happy birthday. Don't touch your brother. Don't eat mom.
Claressa Shields now takes part in the discussion and dares Remy to a physical altercation rather than merely reacting verbally. In a string of harsh posts, Claressa urged Remy to get into an actual altercation. However, she wasn't merely disparaging. She utilized the entire rivalry to advertise her fight scheduled for February 2nd, 2025. In Flint, Michigan. She also advertised her Christmas Day film. Claressa said, "Come get a whooping crash out versus Claressa Shields versus Il Real Remy Ma on February 2nd. The fire inside, let's face it, only Claressa Shields could pull off this type of advertisement. While Papoose sat back and replied to the commotion with a cool but skeptical air. Remy didn't back down either, continuing to move back and forth with the boxing champion. In the midst of all this drama, fans couldn't help but remark how composed Pap appeared, as though he already knew how things would turn out. It has even been suggested by some that Papoose is permitting all of this to occur in order to close the chapter with Remy. Papoose is clearly tired of being polite. So let's get right to the point. Because of the internet's strong support for Pap's statements, some people think he is enjoying the attention. Remy Ma's past isn't exactly stellar. In case you didn't know, Remy's life changed dramatically in 2007 following a heated confrontation outside of a courtroom between her and her longtime friend Makita Barnes-Joseph. 50 Cent is side-eyeing this whole feud and calling it a setup because Remy has a history of pulling triggers. After the confrontation allegedly started over $3,000 that Remy believed had been stolen from her purse, Makita was shot in the torso. The prosecution denied that it was an accident, as Remy claimed. She was given an 8-year prison sentence by the judge in 2008 after being found guilty of illegally having a weapon and trying to compel someone. Despite the conviction, Remy has continuously insisted that she is innocent. In an interview with The Wendy Williams Show, Remy addressed the issue, saying, "I didn't shoot anyone. You people really believe that they didn't fast forward to 2014 each time the jury and judge made the right decision?" Remy didn't miss a beat while incarcerated for 6 years in the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women in New York. Instead, she went back to the game and regained her. Remy has always been open about the impact of her incarceration on her life, even though she is a prominent figure in the hip-hop business. "Even though I spent most of the last 15 years as a rapper in prison instead of the free world, I will always remember the friends I left behind and the experiences I had," she told the crowd.
Court.
You go with him now?
I agree with that.
There are several instances like this besides the shooting incident in 2007. Remy's anger has landed her in problems on several occasions, aside from the events of 2019. Brittany Taylor, a love and hip-hop musician, allegedly claimed Remy during a charity concert leading to his arrest in New York City. In the argument that erupted at the Irving Plaza Green Room, Brittany reportedly injured her right eye.
Remy Ma, she has bailed out of jail. She actually is saying, and I'm going to tell you the whole story, she was in custody because she allegedly punched Brittany Taylor.
Brittany also took this seriously. She immediately called the police, was brought to the hospital, and even requested that all of the CCTV footage from that evening be preserved. Reports state that she was preparing to sue Remy civilly, but Remy did not simply ignore her. Instead, she turned herself in to the police, who accused her of a misdemeanor. The entire affair added another mark to Remy's already turbulent past, despite her insistence that she was innocent. Claressa Shields would be well advised to rethink her comments before continuing to disparage Remy Ma in person or online, since her reputation demonstrates that she never backs down from a battle. But one thing is for sure, Remy never tests people, and even though Claressa is prepared, he always has something to prove. Consequently, 50 Cent wasn't merely being cruel when he voiced his thoughts about Remy and Clara's altercation. He was drawing parallels since he knew about Remy's past. Let's face it, it makes sense to believe he even joked about her history with the 2007 ENT in case things get out of control. Whether he's trolling or sending subliminal warnings, after his comments offended him, some supporters are standing up for 50, saying that it's simply 50 being 50. It is indisputable that Remy's past lends a deeper undertone to the scenario, even though some people think he went too far by bringing up old problems. This narrative is far from done, as 50 Cent keeps things interesting as Claressa. Shields continues to criticize Remy Papoose for revealing all the truths. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons for more street-level drama. You won't want to miss the following film, so be sure to see it on the last screen as well. If you think this is insane, we'll explain everything. Will Papoose respond to the fight challenge by dropping even more receipts?